Welcome to the NEPA Scene Podcast, the only live streaming face-to-face arts and entertainment podcast covering northeastern Pennsylvania, offering a true alternative voice in local media. We're coming to you from the NEPA Scene studio underneath Center City Print in downtown Scranton. I'm Rich Howells, the founder and editor of NEPA Scene, and tonight we're here with local stand-up comedians Billy Kraser, Ayo Rob, Rob Random, and Seth Drake, who are all part of the new PA Comedy Troupe, premiering on Friday, February 28th at the Bar and Company in Olyphant. We're going to talk about how they got started in comedy, developing their sets at open mics and local shows, finding venues for stand-up, their plans for this comedy troupe, the area's sense of humor, and much, much more. So please join our conversation with your questions and comments down below. We would love to hear from you, and we'll get to those later on in the show. So if you have any questions for these guys, anything you want to say about the local comedy scene, you want to heckle us, whatever you want to do, make sure you do that down below. Before we dive in, I just want to thank our sponsor, Center City Print, who has provided us with this great studio space. Use promo code NEPA Scene in person or online at Center City Print for 10% off. Center City Print can bring your ideas to life in 4 locations: Scranton, Old Forge, Kingston, and Hazleton. These one-stop shops are locally owned and operated, offering high-quality printed products, copy and print services, and design solutions to help you, your small business, your nonprofit organization, your band, your art project, your event, or any venture thrive. Use promo code NEPA Scene in person or online at centercityprint.com for 10% off. All right, so if you could please start by introducing yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourself and how long maybe you've been doing stand-up.
Hello, my name is Billy Kraser. I go by Billy Kraser when I do comedy. I've been doing comedy for about almost 2 years now.
I'm Rob Random. I've been doing comedy for 7 months.
Right on. I'm Seth Drake. I've been doing comedy for probably about 4 months, I'd say. Excited for my first show.
Shit. Which camera are we on? That one?
This one right here.
I love your setup, by the way, Rich.
Thank you.
So, I'm Ayo Rob. You can call me Rob. I've been in the game for 5 months now.
So when I was young, I grew up on Monty Python and Kids in the Hall and stuff. Where do you think your sense of humor began developing? What influenced you early on?
Personally, it's definitely from George Carlin. My father was a big influence on me as well. My family overall, actually. But he would watch George Carlin. We'd watch a lot of Comedy Central things. Dave Chappelle is a very, very big influence in some of the things I do. Just overall, all of Comedy Central, I guess you can go and say.
Yeah, pretty much same thing he said, a lot of Comedy Central. Big impact was my father. Any movie that we watched, we would always quote movies and just make jokes back and forth with each other, bust each other's balls all the time. And, growing up, he would always be playing someone, Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, all the greats.
Like how he's like,
I pointed you because you don't know your cue.
I know my cue. I just was shocked how fucking short he was the last
Billy
time.
is short,
Right? Short and sweet. I don't mean to jump on the dad train, but I'd say my dad was also the big, influence for me. He's the funniest guy I know, hands down. And Dave Chappelle is a great one that I look up to. Daniel Tosh is another one. Just kind of comedians that just say whatever the fuck they want to. I also like Norm Macdonald. I like the way he just kind of draws it out. You don't know where he's going, and then that's probably about it.
Billy didn't point at me.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, everybody's talking about their dad and stuff, but first I want to say, hi, Mom. I'm on the TV. So I really just started making my mom laugh, as a kid, and then got into funny, comedy movies, which they don't make anymore, but they used to, and it was a great thing back then. And then I started seeing stand-up, and I'm like, man, this is just a guy, one person on stage with a microphone, and I could picture what he's saying, and it's hilarious. There's no movie set, there's no editing, none of that, just somebody talking, and I just fell in love with that. I don't want to say favorite comics or anything. There's so many good ones, but that's it.
So what made you say, I want to get into stand-up, I want to do this?
I was by chance. A buddy of mine brought me to an open mic and said I should go up and do comedy, and then here we are now almost 2 years later. I'm not pointing to people every time.
You know,
Go for it,
something.
man.
You know, fuck that up.
You're already right in there. Go ahead.
You do need to catch up.
I've always wanted to like do something. When I was younger, I was like, you know, writing raps. You know, as weird as that sounds, but like just living life. The more crazy shit that kept happening to me, and you know, I would just make people laugh, you know, at my pain, and I was just like, I think I should give it a shot, and then haven't stopped since.
For me, I always took joy in making people laugh. Like, I thought that was like my favorite thing to do. So much so that like I didn't do good in high school, and I have to wake up at 4 a.m. every morning to go to work. So I mean that's cool, but I just loved it. It's something about like being creative, doing something that you know, putting my spin on something, looking at something else in the world, making it somewhat funny, and using it to maybe make someone else feel better about what the fuck's going on. I don't mean to give like that candid response that everyone gets, but yeah, that's probably what I'd say.
I mean, for me, I really wanted to meet funny people. I figured that was a good way to go to stand up and make some friends. And look at this, PACT.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
PA
We are
Comedy
missing
Troupe.
2 members, though.
We are. Gene and Sean. They couldn't make it tonight, but we're very excited to be working with them as well. Ayo, you're just...
And
Just getting good audio.
They made the mistake of flying during this time.
Yeah. That's not... That's not
I'm
what
obviously
happened.
kidding.
No, but yeah, they couldn't make it tonight.
We had an elimination round before this.
Yeah.
And, yeah, those guys.
They couldn't. They couldn't.
They
make the cut.
both said Kumite.
Yeah.
So, what was your first set like? How did it go?
My first set ever was a solid 8-minute set, and I wouldn't even say it was solid. And I managed to get a chance to go up again months later, and they were like, "Yeah, we want you to continue doing this." It was at the Keystone stage.
Okay.
And I just didn't do my greatest the first time, but kept going.
My first set was about 15 minutes. Definitely did not need to be. And I was just rambling, adding in a whole bunch of detail that I didn't need to. I got off the stage. Someone told me about the Keystone mic that Billy was at. And, you know, the next day I got to work and cut that 15 minutes down to like 6. And, you know, Billy was able to witness both of those sets, and, you know, a lot of work got done. So those are my first 2. But got much better in those 2 days.
Man, my first set. I mean, I think it went all right. Got some laughs. I know Billy was laughing because he's got like the most recognizable laugh when you watch the video. I made sure I secretly recorded it. I didn't see anyone else record their sets, and I was like, I'm not gonna be like that guy. I was a little, you know, self-conscious. Didn't know how it all worked. But man, I tell you what, once I got up there on stage, I was nervous as hell. But once I grabbed the microphone. Yeah, exactly that right there. My nuts grew probably about like 10 times the size. I just felt like the man. It was awesome. Like I was meant to be up there. And ever since then, I haven't really looked back. And here I am now already in a short tenure on NEPA Scene Podcast. Fumbling a little bit because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous.
That's all right.
I practice interviews in the shower like my whole life. And I feel like I'm fucking it, but.
Yeah, I really thought it was weird when you came into the shower with me earlier. But I mean, whatever works for you, you know. I try to make everybody feel comfortable out here. So
yeah, well, that takes me back. Yeah, I'm a Penn State fan, so you know, 2 people in the shower, someone a little bit older than me doesn't really. It's not new.
Right. That's totally normal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Rob over here is killing with the fucking responses, though. I'll tell you what.
I'm
You
here
can
for
tell
my
who
responses.
practiced the most in the mirror today. This guy right here.
Bro,
I'm loving it.
This is me live, baby.
I can't wait to hear it. It's your first.
Okay, so I was in Newport News, Virginia. I was visiting my friend. He's a sailor, so apply whatever you want to that. He was like, I've been doing stand-up at this place. I think it was Kazi's or something like that. Probably fucked that up. Sorry to whoever that is. But he was like, go up, man. I do it all the time. So I went up. I didn't know what to say. I was having heart palpitations, which I still occasionally do on stage, or like right before going up. And they actually didn't go away on stage, like my man here. the whole set, I wouldn't say I bombed, but I did bomb, and I got one genuine laugh. And it was like the dopamine hit, you know. It was like one win on the slot machine, and I've been putting money in ever since.
That's all you need, just that one.
Yeah, I like that.
That was a good analogy.
Yeah.
All right, so I was going to ask you guys about, what subjects you like to write about and stuff like that. But I also thought it'd be kind of fun if I made you describe each other's sets instead.
Ooh, okay.
So I guess you could kind of pick who you want there, but maybe we go around and how would you describe this guy or that guy, and how they do things like this person's really good with observational humor or something along those, that sort of stuff. I mean, you could say all the bad things you want about them too, whatever. I mean, you guys are comedians. You guys can bust balls, whatever you want.
Go right ahead. Everyone knows what mine
scared.
is, pretty much.
Someone want to break the ice?
I feel like Rob has got dark humor, and I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I definitely have dark humor. I feel like, Billy, he's crippled. It's pretty much it.
That's accurate.
Yeah, I was going to describe that. I was going to say, why don't you stand up and do a twirl for us? We'll let the audience guess.
I feel like Seth's is like, it's observational along with like, I'm trying to think of the word to use. It's more like
Brilliant.
that too. That too.
Wow, okay.
No, but it's a observational, but also finding the humor in things that you normally wouldn't think to. It's out of the box, I'll say.
Yeah, I know. Usually I'm in the box.
Oh, proud of you.
Billy, another thing I'd like to say about your comedy, you like to get into race, like a lot. I like more than most comics should.
Yeah,
but
I don't think
always
that's. No, but also, Ayo's over here. His comedy goes all different directions.
Does it?
Not nearly as random over here, but it goes.
Well, his name's Rob Random, not Rob. We always know what the fuck he's doing. You know what I mean?
You've been waiting to say that. No, but I'd say that Rob has like a creativity to him that it's like very. I don't know. It's very specific. I can't even.
You better know now, because I'm all interested.
To put to words, it's very hard to do. Anybody else have any comments?
I don't want to make your head too big, but Rob's kind of got like a norm vibe, like those like
I
quick
can see
little
that.
jokes and
I can
stuff
see
like
that.
It's not. I don't mean to say simple humor because like it sounds mean, but it's not.
It's yeah.
It's like it's just like real quick jokes. Like he says, you're like, oh shit, yeah. Like it's just, like it's fun. I love watching Rob perform and stuff.
He definitely has a way of looking at things, like he'll start saying a joke, you think you might know where it's going, and then
It
just
does.
hard left,
hard
Aw,
left,
you
yeah.
guys.
We're doing this? Okay.
Don't knock over the
Okay.
microphone.
Don't knock over
It's
anything.
not my first podcast.
Pretty sure I just poked him in the beard.
Calm down there, fear and loathing in Siberia.
The warning would have been nice, so you didn't get punched in the mouth.
Well, at some point, you guys have to fight for Rob's supremacy, whichever Rob, has to, has come out on top.
It's funny you mentioned
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna make him play a game of soggy biscuit. Whoever loses has to get rid of the first part of their name.
It's funny you mentioned that. Though.
Biscuits turned me on too much.
They actually did. They went up against each other in a roast battle that I produced.
Oh, nice, okay.
Back in November, and we called it Battle of the Robs. But they were. Who ended up winning that again?
Ayo Rob.
Who did win that?
I don't know.
What was that?
Just said it. I admitted my defeat.
But
I think
Now, he still hasn't changed his name. That was the deal, you know.
Oh, okay.
I think there should be a
I
rematch.
was in the game first for like probably a solid 4 months before you were, so I got seniority. You've been on this world longer, but I've been telling you.
What does that say that I beat you then?
oof.
This was my first roast.
This is like in the press
It was my
conferences
first
with
roast.
two fighters that aren't even
Yes.
fighting. They're just begging to get the rematch out of
Let's
order.
go.
This is
Let's
nice.
go. Battle of the Robs Part 2.
Yeah.
Roast battle. We should do another roast
That's
battle.
building up. You could be like those Smash Master guys. They build up.
That's the plan.
To the
we're
next-
we're
the next
trying
thing.
to build up to that. Honestly, we have one in November that we're doing as well. So another roast battle.
All right, so Billy, somebody had mentioned you have a disability.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's something you joke about a lot. What is spina bifida? For those who don't know.
So spina bifida, basically, when I was born, my back was open. With my comedy, I do say it's something else, but basically what it is like they had to close it when I was born. They had to do like emergency surgery. And I try to, with my comedy and other activism type deal things, I try to bring more awareness to that. But that's basically it. It was just my back was open, they closed it up, and now I walk funny.
Did you always have a sense of humor about it, or was it something you kind of had to overcome and develop over time?
I grew up with my parents and the rest of my family. They were very making sure I had rough skin. They were very, pushing me to do that. I couldn't think of the word for that, but yeah, they would push me to have thick skin about it. So
has comedy helped that?
Oh, 100%, yeah. The amount of times that I've been in situations and people have made jokes that I just wasn't expecting. It's gotten better, but I actually had a Uber driver once that made a joke that I wasn't expecting. That was a fun time.
Do tell.
You're just not gonna say.
Oh no! So I told him I do comedy, and he was like, "Oh, what's your stage name? Bifida Boy Billy?" And I was like. He's like,
He should do stand up.
What is
like-
hellish an Uber driver too? Did he know off the dome?
he's like, I'm
What a
not,
clock there too.
he's like, I'm not getting 5 stars, am I? And I'm like, yeah, no tip either. I did tip him, but he was a good guy.
I like that joke you have where you're definitely like the safest person for an Uber driver or something like that.
Well, yeah, until I do what I do next week.
Is everyone gonna have one of these beers? I don't want to be a glutton,
for it,
so
guys.
I appreciate it.
So, was this something you were bullied for in school at all, or did you kind of be able to, because you were joking about it, kind of deflect that?
So I was cyber schooled my entire life.
Okay.
I would have been fucked up.
Which might
So your
explain
parents just bullied you.
my parents, my cats, which might
Us
explain
now.
the social awkwardness. But no, I had friends within the community that went to school, like public school, and every time I'd go to like an event at their school, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, high school part 3," and then I'd get along with pretty much everybody. Nobody really messed with me, and as far as in the community with like school, so that was pretty cool. I got myself spared from all of that trauma.
Well, obviously it hasn't stood in your way at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. I tried not to let anything get to me, really, unless it's like something I don't know the person super well. Like, then I get like, did he just say that? Like my Uber driver.
Right.
Watch yourself, man.
Yeah, we earned to make fun of him. If you
Yeah,
see
you
him,
gotta
don't
earn
just
it.
say something to him.
I gotta figure out what that guy's name is. Anyway.
I'll take a bite out of your neck. I'll run through a wall for this guy.
Invite him to the show. We'll wait outside for him.
That was good.
So most of you, if not all of you, have a connection to the former Keystone stage in Olyphant, you mentioned earlier. So that closed at the end of last year, for people who don't know. Tell us about that and what that place did for you personally.
I'm not gonna say for everybody, but I would say personally for me, it built my entire comedy tenor. Like he said, that's a big word. Thank you. Appreciate that. It built my entire like comedy career. Is it? If I could even call it a career, but
That's a career, man. Come on, say you've been doing it.
I've been doing it.
You're
yeah.
proud of it, right?
But it really
Dude, this
did.
is incredible, Billy.
It built my career in comedy because that was the first place I ever did it, and I'm not sure about these guys, but they'll tell those stories obviously.
Yeah, the Keystone stage for me was sadly a stepping stone in what is hopefully a long career. But they definitely helped me realize a few things, like it was a workshop before it was just an open mic.
Shout out Dan Danzy.
Yes, sir. And, he would give me tips saying like, hey man, you look a little robotic with your body movements. And I'm like, yeah, it's my second time, but gave me stuff to like look into, how to perform better, how to pause for laughter, everything like that. And it definitely helped me get better, for sure.
Keystone was definitely a place where I grew to kind of, learn to, like, grow into my own and start comedy. Like, that place I was never, like, scared to go on stage or, like, really that nervous. Like, after my first set, like, I would go on there and I was so comfortable. And I was pretty upset because I only was going to the Keystone for, like, 2 months or something before it fell. I only got, like, 6 times. And, now it's, like... that it's over. I do miss it. I will say I wish we still had it because it was something that like was definite and I always knew was going on because it's hard to find mics in the area and stuff. But right now I'm just like stuck in that mode. It's like the Keystone's kind of like one of your mom's boyfriends that was like really cool and like he like took you to a baseball game one time and like taught you some stuff and then died in an avalanche. Like, you know what I mean?
A common story we all feel.
Exactly.
Very relatable.
Oh man, the Keystone stage. The Keystone. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
The Keystone stage.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So that was the first place that I did comedy consistently. I went to a couple open mics. I bombed every time. I never wanted to show my face again. And I said, you know what? This time's gonna be different. and it was though. But honestly, you know, for some reason, the only people that were ever there were us four and Sean and Gene, you know, and then we formed a PACT. But yeah, I really do. I mean, Keystone's gonna be a chapter in my life. It's like, you know, it's either where it all started or where it all went wrong.
Right, so if we get big, that's definitely first chapter.
For sure.
First chapter in the book, for sure.
If we make a movie about PACT, it's definitely going to be mentioned.
Oh, 100%.
I think there's a couple movies called PACT.
And not all can be mentioned here. I mean, you could, I guess, if you really want to.
Well, they're not paying us, so we're not plugging
exactly.
it.
They're not,
They're plugging it. 2 for 1.
Plugging it, that just ends up another joke. And Billy, I'd love to know how you became a co-owner for a little bit of the Keystone stage. Like a co-runner, so to speak. What did you learn from that experience?
I learned that running a business is very hard. I wanted to do for the community what NEPA Scene and the Keystone was doing before. I wanted to do it on a bigger scale, and I want Scranton overall to be the hub, because I know there's a lot of places like New York, Los Angeles, Austin, and they're all competitive. They're so competitive. Yeah, that too. They're so competitive, and they're so, like, crowded, and I want to be able to spread that across where we can and be able to just be a community rather than be at each other's throats. So that was the goal for me from day one.
So, you know, that leads into the next question then. How do you feel about the local comedy scene in general? Do you feel it's kind of fractured, a little all over the place, a little cliquey, or is it, you know, is everybody kind of united under the same sort of banner? Or, you know, how do you think it is currently, and where do you want to get it?
There definitely is some things that are, I guess you could say, cliquey.
Ooh, watch your words? No, okay.
But honestly, for the most part, we're all just a community that wants to all take a seat at the table and eat. That's all it really comes down to, is we all deserve to be able to eat, and that's all it is.
I love seeing everyone doing comedy. Every time that we go to an open mic and there's like more comics and musicians, or if it's all comics, like I went to Abide Coffee House one time for an open mic. Shout out Abide. I will shout out Abide's open mic. What's it called? Cup of Comedy?
Yeah, Cup of Comedy. Ryan P. Flaherty.
Ryan P. Flaherty runs it. What is it? Third Wednesday?
No, it's first and third Wednesday.
First and third Wednesday of each month. Great place. I went there one time, bombed, tried a Trump impression. Fucking stupid. Dumb as hell. Terrible.
At a coffee shop.
At a coffee shop. It was ridiculous. I thought it was genius, but, you know, it's fucked
And then,
up.
also, sorry to interrupt you quick, but also Bar 279, we have John Bubble. Gotta shout him out. He's
Bubs.
Go ahead,
Bubble.
sorry.
I'm just happy to see that there's like somewhat of a scene. The same thing with Billy. Like this group, we want there to be a scene. We're not like, oh, we want to be big now and like we want to go down and try to kill Tony or something. It's like we want something here. You know what I mean? Hermit crabs, I guess you can call us.
That's a very good analogy. Wow.
Yeah, I love everybody that's out there right now.
I think the general public, at least from running open mics for as long as I have, really seems to not understand how important the open mic is to the comedian and how it's such an important step. I think there's so, I've had people who are like, shouting back at somebody. Well, sometimes it's heckling, sometimes it's more of like, in their mind they actually think they're helping you in some form by like trying to participate in your set without you asking. Like if you're asking for crowd participation, that's one thing, but a lot of times it's like, no, I'm helping his joke, I'm making him better, and it's like, you're not. You're not. Please shut up.
Yeah.
Please shut up.
It's like the
You
people
are
who
not
like
helping
comment
at all.
on their porn videos on Pornhub. It's like, dude, they got everything in it. Like, there's like, what is there to add? Like, it's fine. I barely got through the intro. It's okay.
Excellent,
it's all right.
excellent analogy. Perfect. No comment is necessary. And if you want to talk to somebody afterwards or something, you want to, whatever, but not during their set. They don't really understand that like everybody just doesn't come up with this stuff right off the top of their heads. And a lot of comedians too have writers, friends that help them out. They've done it for many years. A lot of times, like Comedy Central, good example. A lot of those stand-up specials, especially early on when they were doing like the Comedy Central Presents and everything, they'd say, up and coming comedian this, and it's like up and coming. You think like, oh yeah, this is the first time they're getting up there, and it's like, no, they did this for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then they did a half an hour special, or sometimes 10 years. It takes a while for you to develop that. And like the open mics, I think are so important to that, and people need to kind of maybe be a little more forgiving or pay a little more attention. I know, and I'll freely admit the V Spot is not always the best place for comedy. I always want the comedians there. I want to do whatever I can to help you guys and to get more people to pay attention, but it's tough in that bar atmosphere. It really is.
It being tough.
Sorry, go ahead.
It being tough is extremely helpful. Like just because you have to sometimes fight for their attention.
Yes.
So that really shows you whether or not you have like a really good joke or if you should just put it to the side. But every time that I've ever been there, there's always been, a solid group paying attention, maybe like 5 or 6 people. And then, some jokes get the whole place laughing or at least catch their attention. And now maybe I have closer to 10, you know what I mean? So that, the crowd might not always be there for comedy, but you can get them drawn in on the comedy, and it definitely helps you hone in your set.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people absolutely kill it. It's just all of those things have to line up sometimes, or you just got to have the right joke, like you said.
I've never been to the V Spot, but yeah, I've heard stories. It's kind of like I don't know, like just some scary dungeon. But it's like I've always had a bad time. Like it's like comics go up late, and like I work early in the morning, so like it's a little difficult to get there. But
yeah,
we need shit like that.
I've been trying that for a bit. Last night we did all the comics earlier in the night.
It's fantastic.
If you guys like that, then maybe that's what we'll do, or maybe put you towards the middle somewhere. Or like that's if that's what works for you guys.
Well, and I've seen so many comics get like the stage stormed, or like the people yelling at people. Like shout out Ryan Manzo and Samid Tut. I love you guys. It's so funny because people like get so angry at certain jokes, and like that's why you had to actually start doing the whole like disclaimer of like there's going to be some jokes that are offensive.
Yeah, it's really sad that I even have to say that at all.
I agree.
But let's face it. When I'm doing my little intro at the beginning, most people are not paying attention anyway. They're like, oh yeah, that guy's up there, he's talking, whatever. They're waiting for the next act to go up. They don't really care what I have to say.
That's how they are when I'm up.
But I try to tell people now, like in advance, like just so you guys know, like there's gonna be some words you don't like, some offensive stuff, whatever. But it's so funny to me. The hilarious part of that is, first of all, Vinny is probably says more offensive things to regular customers.
I love him
because he's just that's his personality. That's who he is. He's a really jokey, funny, like naturally funny guy. Yeah. So it's like if you don't like these guys, then you're certainly not going to like the guy who owns the place. Which is really funny. But it's like I hear the conversations that people talk at the bar and stuff, and it's like, everything you just said 5 minutes ago was dirtier than anything that guy's saying on stage. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, let's not act like we're all of a sudden people become like real prudish and weird. And it's like, come on. It's a bar. We're all drinking. We're all having a good time.
Also, like, wait.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be done in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, just wait.
That's literally what I say at the end of my little disclaimer of like, it might be some offensive stuff or whatever. If you don't like it, just wait a few minutes and the next act will be up before you know it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Like, not a big deal.
But who's doing it like you? Like, I love your setup. You know, like, you're streaming it. You got even this place. I have no idea how decked out this place was.
Round of applause for
You know, honestly, like, who's doing it like you? Honestly.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It really just a lot of it just comes out of what you're doing now is you find a need for something and then you fulfill that. You know, because there's just not someone doing it at the time. You know, like when I had started NEPA Scene, I was seeing a decline in local arts and entertainment coverage. We used to have like little weekly papers that had like 80 pages worth of content and stuff, like crazy. Like anything you wanted to know about what was going on that weekend, you had like 10 different sources. By the time NEPA Scene came along, you had like 2. And then it was like, we went on a couple more years and it's like, are we the only ones out here doing this? Like,
That's crazy.
and it's like the Scranton Times, all that kind of stuff. Like, you see what these newspapers are getting gutted by hedge funds. Their staffs are getting cut. So, like, the last thing on their minds is worrying about what's going on the weekend and, you know, covering the weekend shows and things like that. They can barely cover the news. They can barely get to a fire when it happens because they have, you know, 2 people on staff for the night, you know, like, so a lot of that arts and entertainment coverage was just kind of falling through the cracks. So I hope that we're helping and then, you know, encouraging more people to do it. Like, I don't want to be the only one, you know, in the same way I'm sure you guys don't want to be the only comedians out there.
Well, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that would actually be nice.
Fuck everyone.
The biggest thing is, like, it's so weird because sometimes, like, 3 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, in Scranton, there's nothing to do. But you don't realize how much there is to do in Scranton until
So
you
much
get
meth here. What are you talking about?
until you get into the nitty gritty of it all. There's a bunch of local shows. There's a bunch of local, you know, poetry things, which I guess are also shows. It's just always something somewhere, which I didn't realize until I started doing comedy. And I actually keep posting about it because I am amazed at how many amazing things that the Ritz is doing, the V-Spot's doing, the Bar and Company, all of them, A&C Hotel, everything is just awesome.
Yeah, it does seem like it's building up, and like this scene's really unique. I mean, it's not like I have crazy experience, but anytime I go an hour in any direction, I feel like everybody's against each other. All the comedians, you know, you get a lot of people just kind of like forcing themselves not to laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you see them wanting to laugh, but they're like, no, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But around here, I mean, it's almost too nice. We should probably start doing more roasts, but
Well, it's tough now. It's tough now. Everyone wants to be a comedian because, like, it seems so easy right now. Like, you got shows like Kill Tony and stuff like that, and everyone and their fucking mother getting a Netflix special and stuff.
Right.
That it seems so easy. So everyone's trying it, and I do love that. But if you're not funny, go to Guitar Center. Like, I don't go to Guitar Center. But I don't mean to be a dick, but like
you do.
No, I mean,
do though.
You do.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could agree or disagree with me, but like Joe Rogan, one of the worst stand-ups ever, doing a podcast and becoming famous for that. I just think that's hilarious. Like, he's breaking comedians and telling us who's funny, and it's like a lot of these guys are just like, they're funny because they're your friend, but like when you get up on stage, you're actually having to do like an hour special and stuff. Some of this stuff is rough. Like, if this is what's being put out there as like the next generation of comedy, it's like, guys, we need to get some more. we need to get some other comedians out there because like that ain't it. Like,
Yeah, Joe Rogan, he pushed Bert Kreischer, who was hilarious for like a solid
Yes.
3 years.
Right.
But then we realized like the only thing he really has is the machine.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and-
Once you get past that story, it's like
Now he's on a podcast, and it doesn't even seem like he's coming out with another special anytime soon.
yeah.
That's why I booked these guys. They're just my friends. I mean,
Like Bert Kreischer was like so funny, and then like I got my diploma.
Well, here's what I'll
Fuck you,
say.
Bert. He's not gonna say
he sees this.
Here's what I'll say about
He's gonna
Rogan.
do laugh like a fucking seal or some shit that he always does.
You know, with
Take
Joe
his shirt
Rogan.
off.
Go ahead, finish that bit.
I said take his shirt off. Go ahead.
Okay, that was good. I'm
Just
just.
fucking don't do that.
What?
Don't do that. Whatever that was right there.
He's a pomp as fuck.
All right.
Finish your bit.
No, that's okay.
Go
You
ahead.
heard me. It's like when
ahead.
you're listening, when you're at an EDM concert, and the music kind of dies down a little bit. That's why I kind of lowered my octaves when I said that. Takes
Okay.
off his shirt bit.
I'm
That
not sure
means
what to do
Rob,
now
go.
at this point. No, but listen, what I'll say is, Joe, I'm available anytime. I'll fly down. We're on this camera, right?
Yeah.
I'll fly down. You know, I'm not gonna talk shit about you.
Hey man, you gotta hustle. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You're off the tree.
You gotta kiss some ass sometimes. Whatever.
I mean,
I'm a
that's
fan of Joe Rogan's comedy. I'm a fan of his comedy. I mean, some of his like.
Are
Points,
you really?
Yeah, I am.
Me too. Everybody makes fun of me.
They just met
He
today.
has a joke about Mr. Hands. I don't know if you know who that is. I'm not going to get into details. But that joke just kills me. You know, if you want to do your own research at home, by all means, you know, look up Joe Rogan's bit on Mr. Hands. Don't look up Mr. Hands. Do not look up Mr. Hands.
Yeah.
But, you know, some of his topics and opinions that he says on his podcast, you know, I mean, he's even made a bit about it. Like, why are you listening to the guy that made people eat horse penis?
right.
about his
That's
views
all I know about him, too.
on vaccines. Like why, you know? But like they were saying, this area, man. Like when I first started, there were a decent amount of mics, and it was all the same people. Now it's pretty much still all the same people, but the amount of mics that are coming up, there's more opportunity. Like he was saying, John Bubbles' mic at 279 in
Yeah,
Plains.
planes.
And then Tuesday, V Spot, you know,
Love the
hosted by
V-Spot.
you. Great spot. Wednesday, Abide, Cup of Comedy. Thursday, Gus's mic.
Ooh,
Just
Solstice
debuted.
night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You just
that
started
was just
that.
last week. Yeah.
Solstice Bar and Grill has an open mic now.
And you know, I'll boast a little bit. I killed that mic last week. He asked me to come back this week and
You did.
headline. So
Nice.
He did.
yeah.
That's awesome.
He did. And that's another thing about the V spot, about it being tough there. This motherfucker goes, and it shows.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Coming for you, Gus. I could rhyme too. No. But it shows.
And I appreciate your attitude about it because you got to keep going up there. Because I have seen a lot of people, they tried a couple of times, they give up. But if you keep hammering at it, sooner or later you build a following. You build people who are like, oh yeah, this guy was funny. I'm gonna watch him.
Right.
And it's gonna it opens up from there. You know.
That's why I wear my merch every week.
Yeah.
I have a QR code.
We're there to make money.
I I want a following.
Did you wear
too.
one of your shirts?
I wore one of my shirts yesterday. Yeah.
No.
No, I didn't. Why? Because it's not about me. It's about PACT.
Are you? Yo, hold on. We
I'm
should.
gonna let that. I'm gonna let that response just sit in the room
He's
for
got
a minute.
shirt. He's got a shirt, right, with like this little fucked up creature on it.
It's
and
me.
it says
It's him.
Oh, it's you?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. It says
I wasn't gone.
it says I laughed with the crippled guy, right? I think PACT should get shirts with like little creatures of us pointing at him saying we laughed at a crippled guy.
There you go.
I
think
was
that would be
expecting
great.
you guys to wear your PACT shirts. Oh, you didn't do that. You let me down.
He said dress warm.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, you said dress warm.
Time out. You guys have PACT shirts?
Yeah, you have to
He
buy them.
made them. Yeah.
You made them?
No.
I forgot I made shirts.
That's crazy. Dropped the ball.
Forgot.
Yeah. He got a shirt.
You guys
sent
are
it to the
fucked
group
anyways.
chat, and then
My
I
fashion
said,
sense is
where
too
can
good
I get one?
anyways.
You know what? I'll just I'll put the flyer up on the screen.
Yeah, that's.
And then you could just
Hell yeah.
cover up your faces with that the whole time. I'll just leave that on the screen.
There you go.
It's got the logo on it.
Now here's what I'll say, because we're all talking Rob up. If any one of us is gonna make it big, I feel like it's gonna be Rob, and I'm not even fucking with you, man.
That means a lot, man.
And also remember me saying that when you do.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Okay.
I definitely will.
Give
I
us
see
some
you.
opening spots when you make it.
No, here's one thing. You know, I see all these big names, right? A lot of them say like, "Oh, I'm giving back to the community. I'm giving back to the community." How? You know, like where is it? Like Kill Tony. You know, he really does. You know, a lot of people first time on stage they had a name for themselves. That's something that I appreciate a lot. But if I were to ever actually make it, I would 100% like give people opportunities. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
You've been, because, you know, I know what it's like. We all know what it's like. Some people forget that, you know, because it's rough out here, man.
It is.
Clip that. Save it.
Yeah.
There's your promo video right there.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Is it difficult to now, you know, past the open mics and stuff when you're doing actual comedy shows? Is it easy or difficult to find venues around here that want to do a stand-up comedy show?
So it's been kind of rough to find venues because I was looking at a lot of bars. Me and Seth actually were looking at a bunch of different bars.
Yeah, we went boots on ground and walked around Scranton, pitching a couple places. Pitching a couple places. It was good. The people were nice, but I will say there were some vibes that was just like, haha, cool. And as soon as we walked out the door, they were just threw it the fuck away. But
yeah, no, pretty much. We
like
had the whole
what was it, Backyard Ale House or whatever it was.
Backyard Ale House actually did throw it away because I did talk to.
I went going through their trash like a rat. And I found it.
No, I did talk.
I should get the dumpster.
No, I did talk to the owner of it at the V Spot like weeks and weeks later, and actually I don't think they threw it away, but they were like, it never got it to me, so I don't know what happened.
Damn, then maybe the scenario that I came up with was for real. When we got there, we like went up and it said they were open, didn't look open. I'm knocking on the door, nothing fucking happens, and then like some dude that comes out in like a black t-shirt and black pants. I'm assuming it's like a dishwasher or a busser or something like that. And I'm like, hey man, is the manager in? He's like, no, I'll be here in like 20 minutes. And I'm like, all right. You want to give him this flyer? We're gonna have a comedy show. You guys do shows here, right? He's like, yeah, we do. And just like real fucking weird about it, just not saying anything, just like trying to kill the conversation as quick as possible, and then goes back inside. And me and Billy are walking away, and I'm like, I'm gonna be fucked up if that place is just getting robbed in there, like there's like 40 hostages. like hold on, like there's some crippled dude, there's some crippled guy, tall dude here talking. Let's go see what that's about.
Yeah, no, they didn't. I don't think they threw it away really, but I did talk to him. And he said he never got the pamphlet we gave them, so I'm gonna have to reach out to them again. But
Yeah, are we hating on a venue because of a dishwasher?
No, we're not hating on it at all.
I actually have a really funny story to back up what you're saying. Not the robbery part.
Shit.
Do tell.
yeah, go ahead.
So years ago, it was probably is maybe about 5 years ago at this point. I'd say somewhere around there. A friend of mine, Jess Mione, a local organizer who can really put anything together. She's awesome at everything she does. And she was like, I want to put together like a little benefit show for NEPA Scene. And I said, oh, that's so nice of you. I'm used to having to plan and put together everything myself, so it's really nice to have somebody like volunteer to do that part of it. So she got together a bunch of comedians that came to the open mic that were had become friends over time and stuff, and musicians and stuff, and kind of put together this little like mixed bill kind of show, and had it at Backyard Ale House, and that back area, that like patio area, right?
Sweet back.
So they, as it turned out, they double booked it. So then a birthday party showed up about an hour into this whole event, and you'd think like, well, that's just more people to enjoy the show, right? It's more people to have a good time, be exposed to something new, whatever. I mean, if it was my birthday and it was like, oh shit, there's all these performers here, this is gonna be awesome.
Right.
Apparently they were not happy about it. So they got to the comedians, and I'll shout him out because it's Russell Austin, long time.
Did he host the?
He did host the roast battle.
Yeah, he's so funny. He's such a good dude.
Russell.
And he told one of his famous dick jokes.
Oh.
And then somebody came out of nowhere and was like, "This is over. That's it. This whole show's shut down. We're not doing this anymore." And it was like, really? Over the dick joke? Again,
That'll do.
we're at a bar. It's largely at this point a college bar. Like if you go there on the weekends,
yeah.
it's packed with college kids.
Everyone I graduated with is there.
See,
Anytime I go there, it's
apparently
always like
none of those
reunion.
people tell dick jokes. Like not one of them sits there and has a drink and tells a dick joke. Because if you do, you'll be instantly ejected. Apparently.
They went to
That's
college.
precious.
Thankfully, at the time, the Keys was still around.
Oh, okay,
Great little corner bar, just a couple blocks down, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll literally take the whole show." At that point, so like at the last possible minute, we literally got canceled from there, and then we just brought the entire show and everybody with us over to the Keys and finished the show.
Hell yeah.
Now,
Damn.
to be fair to Backyard, later on we had a manager call and was like, "I am so sorry that this happened, and like I wasn't there for this, and obviously I wouldn't know that this was double booked and whatever." So they gave a very generous donation to NEPA Scene
That's
to
awesome.
make things right and everything
Yeah.
like that. And I thought, oh, that's really, really cool. But it's like, okay, never trying to plan something there again. Just to be
Well,
fair to them.
yeah.
I love Backyard. I still go there. I still support them, but maybe not for stand-up comedy. So maybe this is after five years later. They're still remembering that time that guy told a dick joke, and they were just like, nope, no dick jokes here.
That's so funny that they're just like, no, not happening. I would have been like, fuck you, you're no longer 40 now. Like, I could just say shit too.
Well, no, but like even to think, like, imagine how we would have done over there, because dick jokes bad. No, like some of the stuff that we say. I mean, not we.
Me? Is that what you saying?
You guys
As a collective,
Yeah.
we as a collective say like it's.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Disabled jokes wouldn't even fare there if that's the case. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
disabled. You get away with it.
yeah.
Yeah, you make it okay, because like everyone, when you get up on stage, they're like, "What the fuck?" And then you get up there.
You're right. You're giving way too much. You're giving way too much.
But you make it okay. You're like, no, it's all right. They're like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, true.
Yeah.
But still, imagine. I don't know. I'm not saying anything bad about any of the places that we want to do shows at. It's just that like, it's crazy to think that there are still some people that get so offended over the simplest thing. You know what I mean?
Right. And you think that's what it is that maybe the hang up is like people are like, oh, I don't know if I want them to joke about this or that, or it might turn into, a problem or anything like that.
Well, and even like, yeah, but even like dick jokes, like, ask any comedian. Like, there's at least one in our set, at least one.
Yeah.
In majority of our sets.
I think yeah. I got a joke about like my penis. I think I got a joke about like my wiener being so small that like
Right, but
I don't even call it a dick, just a wiener. Or like the first time I had sex, the girl asked if my clit got stung by a bee.
but again, it's like a lot of comedians have dick jokes. So like, if you're wiping out all of that, you're wiping out a majority of comedians, if anything.
Right.
So
I just feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, like if I see a comedy show advertised, like I'm going in with a smile. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going in like I want to, whatever these guys are going to do, I want to hear it, as opposed to like, I'm going to go in and cross my arms and I'm going to sit here and be mad. Like, who goes to a comedy show and thinks
Those are like the same people who forget there's an off button on the remote.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Exactly. Right. You don't like it, like, yeah. And if you don't want, like, if that's something that bothers you, then just don't go.
Yeah.
But don't try to ruin it for other people.
They'll sit there like, what's this asshole have to say?
literally.
Yeah.
Like last night, I will say, like, nowadays people just get offended over the simplest stuff, and we call them Karens because they're caring too much about other people's bullshit.
I actually never knew why it was called that. Wow.
I actually didn't know that. Is that a Rob Random original?
I think it's a Rob Random original, but
Make sure you save it for the show.
anytime that I'm telling a joke and I offend somebody, they're not helping themselves. Like, I'll just make direct eye contact with you when I move on to my next more racial joke. You know, like you didn't like that one. Well, how about this one? And you know, like I was telling jokes last night, and there was this one blonde in the front, and she was just like audibly talking loud, like, "Oh, just get off the stage, now, just stop." And then I was like, this isn't even the worst part. And then I move on to other parts, and it got to the point where I'm making direct eye contact with her as I say, like, to her what the most offensive thing would ever be. And she got offended at this one part that I told at Solstice. And that's a predominantly black crowd. And when I got up there, I said, you know, I do punch, but I don't punch down. I hate everybody equally. You know what I mean? Like, but if I'm going to talk shit on, you know, this race and that race, I'm going to talk shit on my race. And I'm also going to talk shit on myself and Billy and Rob, you know, because that's comedy. Like
Seth, no, though, right?
It's all about balance. It's all
You
about
can't
balance.
take it.
Yeah, he can't. You're right.
Can't take what?
It's not gonna get
No, can't take what?
most things. Like that tennis.
Thanks for being fucking less vague.
No, I said I'm gonna make fun of everybody. You know, Rob, Kelly. And he was like, "Oh, but not Seth, right?"
Oh yeah.
I said, "No, he can't take it."
Oh.
Yeah,
I will. Both cheeks spread.
yeah.
You got
no,
some.
you definitely
It's just be prepared.
We'll
for
never
whatever-
be back.
just be prepared for whatever I say next. So, it's gonna be fucking rude.
Do you feel like this area in particular maybe has a unique sense of humor, or a, you know, just like I would say this area has a unique sound when it comes to music in a way, you know? Do crowds around here have a certain sense of humor? Comedians around here have a certain sense of humor? Or, you know, certain things go over well, certain things might not go over well with this area in any kind of specific way?
Depends on where you go, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's anything kind of specific, because I feel like all areas have boundaries as far as what's funny and what's not. But my stuff usually doesn't cross any kind of line. I mean, we've got some people that have some things, but you're allowed. So
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, you know, some people don't like my material, and that's because, you know, I'm for a certain demographic. You know,
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel like
100%.
I feel like the people that like my stuff more are like the working middle to lower class. You know, because I mean that's what I grew up as. That's my thought process.
Right.
That's the way I think. So people that are similar to me have that same thought process, have that same sense of humor.
Right.
And you know, people that are like all about themselves and, you know, dapper, I'm probably not gonna reach out to them.
If you
as
like
much.
Insane Clown Posse, you'll like Rob.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're white trash and you're in trouble, you'll fucking like me, man.
Yeah, so for you juggalos out there, catch fucking Rob Randall. I feel like it kind of depends on where you go. Like, I feel like if you go to like a random bar, like 279 Bubbles Mike is nice at the 279 bar in Plains, correct?
yeah, thanks.
There's like a variety of people that are already patrons that are going there for the restaurant that catch comedy, and then there's a good spread of comedians who are supporting the other comedians, and then there's also staff that's like right there that's listening. So you got like kind of like a good array. So that's some place where like you can really test some stuff out and see where it is, and you'll get laughs here and there. Your stuff, they'll let you know if you cross the line. And Abide, the one time I went to Abide, it was like pretty much all comedians, and it's, you know, talking about what Rob said earlier, it's kind of hold back the laughs a little bit. It's like, fuck, I wish I thought of that or something like that. Or that's the only thing I've noticed. But sense of humor wise, I don't know, it really does depend on where you go, because like at Solstice, like he was talking about, that was majority of a black room, and fucking he killed it there. He had the right jokes. Like most times he would say some stuff that he would say somewhere else, people would be like a little quiet about it. There's some, like, I don't know what it is, like
Yeah.
like there's always like white dudes who are like ha, ha, ha. It's like okay dude, like he's laughing, don't worry, you guys are allowed, you're good, don't worry, he's giving you the okay.
Yep.
Right.
But Yeah, it just kind of depends on where you go, and that I don't know. I think it's good to have kind of like a spread out because it kind of shows where it makes you versatile as a comedian. You know what I mean? Always got to be on your toes, know what jokes, because I feel like you need to adapt when you're up there. Like, because if you say a joke and you don't get the response that you thought you should, you're like, ooh, let's maybe just take this train on a different fucking track or something like that.
Yeah. Choo choo.
Yeah, I agree with that. Know your crowd. That's something that I definitely have to work on. Getting up there, you tell a joke, it doesn't do well. Okay, well then, that drops this one. Let me add this one in. Like be adaptive, with what you're saying to try to get people to laugh. But, most of the time, I'm just working on my specific stuff,
You go for it.
Cheers, buddy.
Not a sponsor.
I did want to interrupt, but sadly, I think I did.
I've been trying to get a local beer sponsor, so I could be like, "Hey, drink this local beer."
Yeah.
Like that
And I
sort of
would.
thing. And that's a lot of them. Like you would think it's a unique way to advertise, and I thought, oh, it'd be fun when we had Beer Boys as a sponsor years ago. They would have a certain beer on special because their thing was like, oh, we have a variety of different kinds of stuff that you can't get anywhere else. So we would crack it open on the show and kind of have a little taste test at the beginning. Everybody is like trying it, like, oh yeah, this is different, or this is this is terrible, or whatever, because you want those strong opinions either way. Mm-hmm. And I have yet to find anybody taking me up on it. So local brewers,
Yeah.
come on, let's
go.
I just want to reach out. I know of a place. They won't reach out because they're an older couple, but there's this place out in past Dalton and Fleetville called the Last Leg Cidery. It's this old couple. They make their own cider. That place is fucking amazing, and it'll fuck you up. If you think you had too much, you definitely had too much. You definitely had too much. So Last Leg Cidery in Fleetville, I think it is. Place is
The
amazing.
cider will sneak up on you.
Yeah, I'll shout them out for free. I don't care. I'll shout them out for free.
Go to a Fireball.
Yeah, right.
I think you might be
Cinnamon
better
apple
looking
pie,
into some
boy.
IPAs. Because that's mostly like what people make around here, unless it's like, a cider or something like that. And that's usually, that's like orchards and stuff that are usually already making enough money. Like,
Right.
I've tried a couple IPAs like before I found out I had a gluten allergy, so I can't drink any of that.
Aww.
But
I thought you were going to say before I found out I don't like the taste of grass.
yeah, right. Enjoy your bread flavored soda, motherfucker.
Can't do it.
It do be
We're
bread
getting pizza
flavored,
after
yeah.
this.
But
Pizza?
like IPAs are all over the place. There's
They
some
are,
that
yeah.
taste very sweet and good, and then you have some that just taste like a literal dog's asshole.
Right. Yeah, it's like an endurance of like, how bad can I make this? And then watch some motherfucker try to drink it over there. Look at his face. Like, I think that's why they make some of them that way.
And then you got
Just
the
wanna
people.
see-
You got the people who do drink them too.
Yeah.
That like sit there. That are just like, fuck. Like, how hard do I have to act?
Yes.
That's what IPA is. They test your acting skills or something like that. It's like, just had a Voodoo Ranger also won an Oscar for fucking saying I enjoyed it. Like,
I'm just curious how you know what dog's asshole tastes like.
Don't ask questions.
don't get away his set, bro.
People that drink IPAs are like vegans. You're like 5 minutes into the conversation, they're itching, telling you like, dude, I drink IPAs. Like you don't even have to be on the conversation alcohol. They were like, dude, you ever try an IPA? Just like right from the door.
What is that? A shot? I'm more of a flight guy.
They do have the coolest names, though.
It's like I like to drink
Yes,
ash
that's how they
water.
get you.
I like to drink ash water and then not drive home.
All right, so do we want to do some comments before we get into like the troop stuff?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Let's see
I'm
what,
actually really excited about this.
See what we got in here. So this is your time, folks. If you're tuning in now and you want to add to the conversation, I'm going through here. So
Say something.
yeah, leave a question or something.
Oh yeah.
All that good stuff.
Yes, I'm
Fuckers.
single. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see. Andrew Michael Spence says, Billy, I know him.
Ah, Atari. That'd be Atari.
I know Billy.
Me and Billy go way back.
Yeah, about 7 months.
Yeah, physical therapy.
Hey, yo, what?
Billy is like our master splinter. Like, he just
Yeah.
got it.
Rich, can I say something?
Yeah.
So, we all wanted to bring you a gift. We couldn't figure out what we're gonna give you. We had all these ideas.
Yeah.
Right now, Billy's freaking out.
I didn't know what liquor you drank or anything. Or
Yeah, we couldn't figure it out.
Appreciation.
Yeah,
So
I didn't
like
know if you were
it's kind of
sort
like
of
grandma on Christmas. The only thing that everybody likes. Just wanted to give you this.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
Thank
That's
you
all
so
you,
much,
man.
guys.
He
Wow.
just printed them this morning. So.
Oh yeah, this is great. Okay.
I saw it in your pocket and I was wondering why you.
In case you guys were wondering how we get on the show,
This is how you get on the show. I'm just gonna
we like money, not hand jobs. Money over hand jobs every day.
just gonna put this over here somewhere.
Why do you? What is, I love that.
I was wondering what that was for.
I was wondering what that was for too. I thought you were about to make like a big
Nice.
exit with that. Oh my god.
I'm like telling her to put this camera.
Look at all of them.
just go around the room. So I think we did talk about this a bit, but I don't know if there's anything you want to add. Bob asks, how did these guys get started in comedy and what brought them together? So that we didn't really get into like maybe exactly how you guys were brought together to do this.
Can I answer that question?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right, thanks, guys. Bob, thanks for reaching out, buddy. So,
So theatrical.
response.
He's so theatrical.
What?
Go
I had
ahead.
a good response, Boca.
oh, did you? I'm gonna pass this off to Seth.
All right.
I'm checking through.
Well, before time,
What is this?
there were 4 elementals that wrote into the stones of ancient Egypt that said Gene Menschel, Sean Wheeler, Ayo Rob, Rob Random, Billy Kraser, and Seth Drake will form a comedy troupe so funny, so powerful that they'll be the richest people in the world, the first comedy billionaires. So that's how we knew. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just
I
kidding.
feel like this was.
All right, now I'm gonna
that
actually
was off
answer
the
Bob's
dome.
question.
That was all improv.
That was like WWE type shit. Sorry, go ahead.
What was the question? So, anyways, here's the thing. When we got to Keystone, now I know a snowstorm destroyed it, but it was getting there before the snowstorm. And it was just us 6 every week. And, I'd grown to like these, fucks. And
yeah.
we also had no other options, so not sure which camera to look at, but that's what
The
happened.
main one.
We formed a pack.
So I have an actual answer for that. So actually, me and Gene were talking about this before ever actually mentioning you guys. Gene and I were talking about how we want to do more shows, and we don't have the capability or the amount of time spent doing comedy shows or doing comedy in general. And I personally was like, I want to be able to put together a troupe, I guess, well, it is, to get the people that haven't done comedy long or still want to get their credits in. So I, reached out to the people that kept coming back to the Keystone, and I was like, hey, do you want to do this? And it was a big thing that we all just agreed on doing. So that was the biggest thing for me, at least.
I'm just going to correct his answer. So Gene and I were at a bar, and we were getting drunk. And we said, you know what, we need like a group. Like, let's get a name, And then Gene put it in the group chat. Now, Billy thought that was the first, he thought it was his idea. But we did put it together, and we figured things out, and now we're best friends.
Yeah, the way I remember it is we were sitting at the Keystone, and then like 5 of us sitting around besides Sean, because he's a busy man.
Busy man.
He said, I think Ayo Rob did say like we should make a group, and then Billy was like, yeah, we definitely should, and then everybody got on board, and then that night there was a group chat, and then that week we were talking about names. Yeah, see, it's true. It's true.
That is true.
That week we were talking about names. We came up with the PA Comedy Troupe. This man, he's the Photoshopper 100%. He made the logo.
Yes, absolutely.
AI. AI.
Still.
First off,
Let's let Billy answer this.
don't tell him it's AI. Second of all, no, yeah, he had actually, I think it was the idea of it being a handshake, and then like Our logos.
I painstakingly made 100 logos, and we were all like, that shit, make this yellow. I photoshopped something for 3 hours to make it yellow. And then AI generates something in probably 2 seconds, and it was the best thing we had.
I will say, we did put this motherfucker through the ringer. I feel so bad, dude.
And I'm on my
Every single time we're like, dude, like, did you seriously make that, you piece of shit? Like, it was bad.
Like, I don't even have Photoshop. I'm on my phone, you know, on Facetune, like...
He's like at work too. He's in the bathroom. He's like, hold on, I'm getting bitched at. But I also feel we had a roast battle last November at the Bar and Company, and all of the people that were in the group were on that roast battle. Shout out to Billy. It was Billy's event that he put on his first event. And that was also like a binding thing that like we were all like, oh yeah, we're a couple funny pricks. Like we really that's like kind of where we decided like who was gonna really be in it, and it was fucking.
That's when we cut our palms. See, Rob's big with like butterfly knives, but they're not supposed to be called butterfly knives, right?
Balisons, yeah.
They're balisons. Is that how I say it?
Song, yeah.
Son. So we all cut our hands and we shook, and some of us contracted some things, but.
You guys did a blood oath? So I killed
I
that. I sacrificed that Best Buy worker for nothing. For nothing. You guys got to go to Todd's parents now.
The night of the roast, like before we actually like
Sat down.
like yeah, all of us like we sat down and talked about this. The last people that were there were pretty much the people that were in PACT.
Yeah. No,
Like
yeah.
all of us, we were standing around in a circle, chit chat and everything, and they were like, "Yo, they're about to close this side of the bar." Like that's how long we were sitting there drinking and chit chatting. That they were like, "You guys gotta like head towards the front now."
True. Yeah, whoever had the alcohol stamina to keep up with us for the rest of the night made it into the PACT, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides Billy, I mean,
I don't drink, unfortunately.
Nah, I think we baby birded some
No, we didn't.
joint hits here.
No, no, we didn't.
Baby bird.
I was gonna go more for the your powers combined, and then you form Captain Planet and
Are we doing this?
that sort of thing. But
Are we doing this? All right, word.
Packed.
Well, yeah, that too.
yeah,
but
I
there's
was
not.
with him.
We need one like at the beginning.
Well, we need Sean and Gene because that wasn't enough power. But
Yeah,
love you guys.
we're like the limbs, you know.
I'm barely.
It's the only time you could be a working leg.
Billy's a kink neck.
all right, we're gonna blow through some comments real fast so we can
nice.
get
We
to.
got some comments.
So we're just gonna go just real. Maury B says that's my friend.
Maury.
What's up, Maury?
AJ says Robert. I don't know which one.
Me.
We're just gonna
Probably
go with
me.
that.
It was probably
my boy.
me.
That's my
AJ,
boy.
That was me, right, AJ?
No, AJ's my boy.
Jessica
is
asked
he?
for another roast, so she wants to see another
There will be another roast this November.
Okay,
Working it out.
So you guys have time to free those calendars. You don't need to go to the dentist in November.
Stephanie says Billy Kraser is the most influential comedian in the scene, all caps. So
My
that's how
best
you know.
friend. I paid her to say that.
A little bit of glaze, but okay.
My best friend. I love you, Steph. Love you, Steph.
Mr. Ryan Manzo says, I gave that Ayo Rob guy $1 outside Turkey Hill today. And see what he did with it?
Yeah.
Fucking love Manzo.
Let's see. Bob asks, when is this show? These guys are funny as fuck. Well, it is Friday, February 28th at Bar and Company in Olyphant. Doors are at 7:30. Shows at 8. Admission is $10 at the door. See, I did your work for you.
I was going to say it. Wow. Yeah.
We do have another PACT Presents show coming up March 21st where Billy will be hosting. I'll be opening for Ryan Manzo and the headliner of the night, Paul Spratt.
Nice.
Yeah. So that.
We've had Paul on the show before. Really funny guy as well.
Awesome.
Let's see. Ryan says, I like how you guys sat in order of height like a cellular signal.
Yo, that's fucking creative.
It is, but it's not true. You're taller than he is, isn't it?
Yo, fuck off. That's so funny.
Is that Manzo?
Don't discredit.
Manzo.
Love you, Manzo.
Oh, that was Manzo? Not fun, no. That kid, Manzo, goat.
Yeah, that Manzo guy, I don't know what's up with him, but fuck that guy.
Manzo's a goat.
He's the man.
Manzo, Chris Jones,
Yeah,
Flaherty,
Manzo.
Steve. Panda. Oh God, we love you
Chris
guys.
Jones.
The
Chris
Bubble.
Jones is like the all-father of this area.
There's
as far
so
as
many.
Name them all, Billy.
There's so many.
Chris Jones is.
Read your
Odin.
post.
There's so many.
Ryan better still be watching, or I'm gonna seem like an asshole.
Yeah. I got a
watching.
friend crush on that dude.
That's
Chris Jones. I want him to tell me I'm funny once.
If you want me to keep going, Ryan's just killing it. He goes, Rob looks like he's doing a ventriloquist act with Billy. Let's see. Brian says these guys are hysterical, especially Billy.
Oh,
Wow.
I paid him.
So you guys gotta catch up, I guess. And Bob says I love the entire local scene. We need it. Let's see.
yeah.
And here's a good one. He asks, I would like to know each of their favorite jokes of each other's, if that makes sense.
Oh, I got mine.
So of everybody.
I got mine. Oh, I don't want to say it though.
Well,
It's your fucking bit,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it's my bit. But
can't
no,
say
you're
it.
good. Just say the name.
Say what it's
you know?
about,
Yeah,
maybe?
say what it's about. I'll definitely go first.
Go.
Billy has a joke about two girls in a conversation. You know, saying that
puberty. Yeah.
yeah, puberty.
Yeah. Thank you.
About puberty. I like that joke a lot.
Thank you.
Seth, he has a joke about going to like a gay club.
I like
I
that
love
one too.
that.
I thought I was gonna say that was my favorite actually.
And then Rob has a joke that he doesn't tell that often, but I was laughing my ass off the first time he ever told it about a sex doll.
Oh.
And I keep trying to get him to bring it back. I'm like, yo, man, what about that joke? Like, you should work on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my
Need to bring it
favorites.
back.
Yeah.
I do. Hell yeah, man.
Honestly, yeah, no, I was gonna that the same joke that he just named for Seth is my favorite. Of my favorites of your jokes, I love the one about your dad and the house.
Oh, yeah.
Love that a
That's a
lot.
good one.
It is.
I like that.
And then
Europe.
your song
Thanks for
one's
remembering.
always gonna be my
Thank
favorite.
you.
I love
Thank
that
you.
song one.
All right.
I think Rob, Ayo Rob. My favorite joke of yours is the spoiler alert one.
Yo, hell yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that one because it catches you off guard. It's so fucking funny. We're only gonna say the names, so you guys gotta come to the show.
Yeah, come to
Yes.
the show.
Spoiler alert's a good one.
Go to the fucking show.
I told you this one random. Your
Sorry.
Neuralink joke tied in with Toby. So fucking funny.
Thank you.
Billy.
He's like, I hate this guy.
No, it's just like little ones. I don't want to like give it away.
I know.
The joke is funny.
I'm gonna point and so you know what joke. Up.
Oh yeah, you
The
like
word
you,
up.
You like that
yeah,
one?
Yeah, because I don't want to give away the punchline, but the word up.
You like that?
This is
one.
doing
I like
nothing
that
for
one.
the viewers, I bet.
It's doing jack shit. Whoever asked the question, I'm sorry.
They're like, up, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Not even like a
The answer
trailer.
is you have to see it for yourself.
Yeah, we didn't even give him the trailer.
Yeah,
just
just
like the
fucking
fucking
go,
movie
man. Go to the
poster.
Spark Notes.
Tell the whole
28.
joke, but the last punchline, you know?
The Spark Notes.
Bar and Company.
Bar and Company.
28th.
Yes,
sir.
Let's fucking go.
$10
Be there, be
admission.
square. Doors open at 7:30. Show starts at 8.
If you think we're funny, this is just off the dome.
Go through the side
Imagine what we
entrance.
write.
The side entrance, yeah.
Yep.
Food is delicious there.
Yep. Get alcohol.
Oh yeah, Bar and Company, the garlic parm truffle fries. Amazing. Amazing.
If you're an alcoholic, you know,
You'll love it there.
2 years sober. Even if you're 2 years sober, it's gonna end that night.
Yeah, if you
Like the Hangover.
if you want to fucking get back, if you want to fall off the wagon, do it at the bar.
Mike, we love you.
Who asked that
Yes,
question?
I love
Bob?
that place.
Yes.
Bob,
It's the only.
Bob, listen. Come to the show, okay? I'll tell you what the jokes are, but I can't tell you what the jokes are right now. Billy, sperm. Rob, world. Seth, probably Conor McGregor. I hope you do that one, but he might not do that one. That's what they are.
There you
Bob.
go. Let's see.
Is that Bob blessed?
Yes.
What's up, Dad?
Easy now.
Yo.
Hi, Mom.
Dude, I love Bob. I love your dad, man.
You.
I'm coming over to your house.
Hell yeah, bro. You're welcome.
Or I guess his house.
I'm just gonna do this for
I hope I'm
the.
saying this right.
It's all about the delivery.
Natasha says Rob Random will make it big.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, hell
That's my
yeah.
girl. Love you, babe.
She makes it big for him.
She does make it big for me.
Stephanie says, that's my best friend, Billy
That's
Kraser.
me. Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Let's see.
I don't know many people, so I guess.
You just don't
Billy just
advertise yourself.
commented, Ayo Rob looks like he's had a great day today.
Dude, I just got a number 9 mine.
Did you say that someone
In
said I looked
Lansing.
like I was hung?
That was good.
False.
Let's see.
Yeah, it looked like you were hung as a child because you look stupid as shit.
Ayo.
Bob wanted to ask me a question. He said, "Have you noticed a change in Rob or even Billy you see weekly?" Yeah, actually, I always take note of that. My favorite part of the open mic, aside from just seeing all kinds of different performers every week and being able to hang out with everybody, is watching people develop and get better and learn what works and what doesn't and stuff. I've definitely seen that in all you guys.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
And you gotta start coming out to the V spot, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going
hard
to-
for me to
I'm
get
going
out
to.
there. It's an hour away, and I work early in the morning.
Like I,
But
like
I
I
get
said,
it.
I chose to
But
make
every
people
time I go,
laugh
I love
instead
it,
of
man.
study. I chose people to laugh instead of make study.
your bartenders are good.
Gotta get
too.
up at 4 a.m.
They are good.
Yeah.
Amelia,
But
Jerry,
if we're doing,
Sherry.
if we switch it to the halftime, like the
Vinny.
comedians halfway through the
John.
mic, I'll definitely fucking come.
Yeah,
for sure,
absolutely.
for sure.
For sure.
So many.
I
Also,
try.
Gotta stop being a bitch about it too. I
Yeah,
gotta stop. I
that'd
gotta
be
stop
good.
being a wuss.
Stop being
That's
a
the biggest
bitch.
thing. Yeah.
Gotta stop being a bitch.
Stop being a beta cuck.
Oh, all right. That will.
Summer said R.I.P. unnamed Best Buy worker.
If it makes you feel better, he did suffer.
All right, so now we're talking about the comedy troupe. I think you answered a lot of my questions with your response earlier. But what kinds of things will the troupe be doing? Like, what can you expect from this as opposed to just the typical stand-up show? What are your plans? What do you think? What are you guys going to do with this?
Greatness.
We have a donkey show at halftime.
Oh, excellent.
So,
Really a big lack of those in there.
yeah, 100%.
You gotta go to Tijuana for something like that.
You might see me ride a mechanical bull one.
That's not what I was talking about.
I know. But
He's riding it a certain way.
All right. I have an answer.
You've seen Clerks 2.
Yes.
We're gonna be hitting as many open mics as we can. Keep working on our material. Keep having shows, as many as we possibly can. Try and get everybody on a show. Maybe some bigger names involved with us, and hopefully at some point, all of us can have our own shows and have our own success at some point. And not our own, but just get our names out there ourselves, and just start working with more people in the area.
Yeah, right now, what we want to do in the future is piggybacking off of what he said, is have more mics, have more shows, try to get it to where all 6 of us don't need to be on a show. We're trying to get it to where when we have a big show, we got people that come like, oh, I like seeing this guy and I like seeing this guy. Okay, we're going to put those 2 on a show for those people that like us to come and go see that show. And also, we want to get into the promotion aspect, so it's not about just us. We want to get into bringing other comics, whether they're new or they're seasoned, and maybe in the future, this is talking way down the line, if we get like some big names to come in through here, we would love to be the promotion that sets them up to come like to one of our venues and stuff. Like having a big name would be great, but that's the future that we want with PACT.
if any venues are watching and want to have comedy shows, reach out to us on Facebook.
We're talking to you,
Instagram.
Dave and Busters.
David.
Yeah.
No, but we want to do a lot of different venues, especially in Scranton area, Wilkes-Barre, even as far as we can. Honestly, we want to get out and we want to be our best selves. Yep.
For everybody who performs, though, under PACT, they do have to cut their palm and then we shake.
No, they don't.
Yep.
Oh yeah, our headliners have to be circumcised.
By us.
But I do want to put out there, we are also producers. So even shows that we might not be on, we could produce that show, and we'll set up the speakers, and we'll bring the mic.
Yes.
We'll host the door, get the venue, put everything together. On top of us, trying to further our comedy career, we also want to help people get their names out there as well.
That is, I couldn't have said it better myself, man. That
Like
was-
we said, I think in the first 10 minutes, we want Scranton
To be the hub.
Like when you talk about comedy, we want Scranton to be one of the names that's brought up.
yeah, want that to be a big conversation, you know.
Not gonna be
Scranton
a
was the
bunch of-
shit
Yeah.
in the coal region days. It was the shit, and it could be the shit again.
Yeah, and then we learned that we could plug shit in.
Yeah.
So you guys obviously are focusing on stand-up, but would you consider doing improv or those types of things?
So I have the perfect answer for this question. If anybody wants to backpack on this, please do.
Piggyback.
Did you
Piggyback.
prepare for this?
I did actually, because you know what? I want all talent to be discovered in Scranton. My big thing is we want to do. I eventually want to do talent shows, music and comedy mixed shows. I want to get some wrestling promotion stuff involved. Smash Master, you know, we're talking about you.
Fun as shit.
Right, I want talent to be coming from the woodworks into the scene and it be huge. That's my biggest goal. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, so comedy is our love. It's our first love, but it's the art in general. We just want just to influence people like you, like even if like us going up on stage and doing an open mic and someone coming up afterwards and being like, oh, like you going up and telling those jokes, like I can go up. Like we just want just more art in the area, like just more influence.
Yes.
Don't just
improv.
fucking
as well.
go to school and go to college and work in some fucking dead-end job or get stuck
Follow
in
your
some
dreams.
cubicle or something like that. Like if you feel like you got a passion for something, actually fucking chase it. Don't, like, the time really is now to do it.
Do something.
Do something. There's no better time than now with social media and everything. Fucking do it. And you know what? If you need help,
We got you.
We got you.
That was perfect.
On the topic of, you know, us doing improv, we have talked about starting like a PACT YouTube channel, making skits, maybe having like a podcast where all of us will just get on, joke around, bullshit, you know, do whatever we want. And, you know, we have thrown some ideas for skits around, and we've all laughed really hard. And, you know, maybe one day it'll happen.
That's always a goal.
yeah. But wouldn't be opposed to having like a music act like ever. Like I would love to have like either music after comedy or actually, yeah, music after comedy because you can't follow a guitar if you're. That's how I would play it. It would be fucking comedy. It's like, all right, now we're gonna jam. You guys could come up, chill, talk to us and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would definitely be a fun time to mix mash it too. Because I think I speak for everyone. We also love music as well too.
Absolutely.
And like the people that are in the area too are so talented. Like shout out Mari commented earlier. Atari and Mari on all streaming platforms. Those guys are good. I actually work with his older brother. He's a cool guy. Great dude. Good music too.
Stream Ash by Ivy. Stream Gus the Savage. Stream everybody
Hold on,
in the area.
time out. We've actually been shouting out a lot of fucking people. No more. No more.
This is our time.
Yeah, exactly. If you want
We don't have a
it, text
problem
me, but it better be a fucking
producing
Venmo note.
Oh, absolutely not. That was a thing that I just
Or one
had
of
a-
these.
I just had a conversation with him. He just said we don't have a problem producing music shows and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
call us.
So literally anything. If
And-
you have a
Billy.
talent, if
Yeah.
you could bring a crowd, we could bring the equipment. No matter what your talent is, you know, we'll produce it for sure.
For sure.
Except if it's juggling. I don't think that'll sell.
No.
Tightrope can't do.
Yeah. Unless you could somehow juggle little people.
I will be one of those little
Yeah.
people, please.
Shoot Billy out of a cannon.
Yes, absolutely.
That should be. We should do the Wolf of Wall Street thing, where we take you and throw you at the fucking target with the Velcro.
Oh my god.
Rich, do you have a bathroom?
Yes. Right where you came in there,
Up the
door to
ladder.
go out. There's a door on the right.
Hate to be that guy.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh, he
I tried to
loves,
tell him to go first.
he loves to be that guy. Don't let him fool you.
I gotta be closer to you in your corduroy pants.
I love these corduroy pants.
Wow.
Thanks, Mom.
Are those new?
The only
There.
thing on your legs that are straight.
You know what? Save it for the show. You're giving them too much.
I'm not making fun of you at the show. This is supposed to be good for us.
Yeah.
Just a taste.
Just a taste.
And so, for those who haven't been to Bar and Company in Olyphant, tell us about how the comedy shows work there, the ones that you've done so far, and how that's gone over, and building up to this one.
So, actually, the only comedy show, but the single best comedy show in the area that year. It was so good that people didn't, we actually didn't think we had enough seats, which we didn't, but we had people just packed in there. And everybody loved the show. There are some things that we...
Which one?
The roast battle.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Pay
dude.
attention.
Literally. Yeah,
It was wild, man.
Each other off
I'm
over
just
there?
trying to get you to say it again. The roast battle was crazy. Come to the 28th.
Come to the 28th, yes, but also Roast Battle is happening again in November. I've been saying it.
Fuck yeah.
We're doing Battle of the Robs Part 2. That's just a sneak peek into that. I
didn't
might
even
roast
know
this
about
guy,
that.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, the show at the Bar and Company.
You do now.
The show at the Bar and Company was awesome. I will say they're what they got going on there as far as scenery wise, the way they painted, the way they set it out. It's really sick. It's got this kind of Mexican Day of the Dead vibe going on. It's really sick. The bartenders are super nice. The owner, Mike, he's he's around. He walks around. He's a cool dude. It's one of the only bars that I'm a regular at, which is pretty cool. That's always something I wanted to be, was a regular at a bar. I've always looked up to the dudes. You know what I'm talking about? They walk in and they already know, they're the regular, the usual and shit. I want to be one of those guys.
Here's your Shirley Temple.
Yeah, it's it's great. It's fun. I walk in, they're you're the usual, and I nod, and then the fucking buster comes out with a shovel and helps me bury the dead hooker.
I have no idea why we're hugging right now, but
It was
Yeah.
all set up there.
this is actually cool.
Showing how you guys are all coming together.
Yeah, we're like sardines.
Literally.
Packed.
I would say form like Voltron, but I love Wu-Tang so much, and I'm not going to take that from them.
Yeah.
We form I'd say Thanos' fucking gauntlet, since we got all the Marvel theme around here. We're all Infinity Stones, basically.
Facts.
Can I be the yellow one?
I will say the Black Panther helmet's sick.
Yeah,
That thing's so sick. Yeah, we should have it out. It's February, right?
I got it.
Oh, he's getting it.
That's not.
Yes. Yo.
Yo.
I've told everybody, whenever you
touch
come,
it.
you can put it on if you want.
What?
Get out of here.
I'm putting it on.
Does somebody want a Magneto helmet?
That's my Magneto's my main.
You wanna be Magneto?
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, because
All right,
So-
Billy, this
This
is...
is super easy
is
to
so
put on if you don't you take your
interesting.
glasses off. Yeah.
I want to culture appropriate with the
Oh,
Wakanda helmet.
shit.
Would you like a stormtrooper?
I would,
You
yeah.
want the white stormtrooper or the black stormtrooper?
Oh, you have a black one? Give me the black one.
African American, please.
This is sick.
Yo, you look so good right now.
Yo, look what Rob's coming
Thank you.
The white stormtrooper.
Hey, Rob.
Would you like?
Was it a one or two?
Yeah, bro. X-Wing, I'll kill that shit.
All right.
Yo, you even knew the name.
And then there's
Somebody's
Iron
learning
Man
about
over
each
in the
other.
corner there.
Right?
These are all wearable helmets.
This is fantastic.
I guess Hasbro's getting a free plug because that's where I get these from.
Yo, this is fucking cool,
Not a
man.
Fear Magneto.
This is fantastic.
Was it a one or a two?
Okay.
All right.
All right, so now you have to do the rest of the interview like this now.
Okay, word.
Sounds good.
You should also wear the stormtrooper helmet when you have sex. You'll never hit the egg.
Hey, Rob.
It's not bad.
Rob.
Thanks, gang.
That's a good Star Wars joke.
Don't lie.
Thanks.
So Gavin says we have a bunch of hilarious comedians right here. Heidi says, "Come to Pittsburgh." And any thoughts about doing stuff out of the area?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, someone just told us to come to Pittsburgh. Yeah.
That's
Hell yeah,
That's
bro. Can we
crazy.
stay at their house? Ask the man.
Yeah.
Because we will go.
Heidi?
Can we stay at your house? Heidi?
Heidi's my
Yo,
cousin.
you look so good, dude.
Yo, Heidi's my cousin.
good
and
luck.
She's in Pittsburgh?
yeah,
I 100% plan on coming to Pittsburgh probably over the summer. I had a talk with Ryan P. Flaherty, the host of the Cup of Comedy,
Yes.
Abide open mic.
Has also been on the show.
He said that Pittsburgh has a decent scene. Facebook, look them up, try and find some open mics, and he said that there's definitely a decent amount in there. But me and Rob specifically, Ayo Rob, have had conversations about hitting New York, hitting Philadelphia, trying to get out there. And that would work for me. I only work 3 days right now, 12-hour shifts, and I have 4 days that I could travel.
We are getting a van.
We are.
Can I show it on the video? Let me just pull my phone out. You guys can continue. I'll show the van we're getting.
Jamie, pull that up.
Oh, that's when it becomes really legit, when you have like your own fucking Scooby-Doo van.
Yes, sir.
It better not be a white one.
You know the van I'm talking about.
I know the van you're talking about.
Yeah, he's got the one.
Let's see. Tanya says the roast was great, and AJ says, I can't wait for Roast Battle Part 2.
This is nice, man.
So nice.
All my people coming out. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom, as well. And I said that multiple times, but I love you, Mom.
Sabrina says, come out to ANZ Hotel, Scranton, March 21st.
Yes!
These guys will be in the holding. Maybe in the house. I'll be your bartender. All right, cool, Sabrina.
Sabrina, heck yeah, we love you.
March 21st.
March 21st, Paul Spratt, Ryan Manzo, me, and Rob Random.
In the opposite order.
In the opposite order, yeah.
Stephanie says mini Black Panther.
Hey!
AJ says Marvel looking a little different nowadays. There have been some budget cuts.
Yeah.
Can't get those.
Yeah, this is the Bollywood version.
What are you doing?
If you see us in this van, there's gonna be laughter.
It's okay. You can take candy from them. That's what you're saying.
We won't be giving
that
out-
is a nice.
That's
van.
official, right?
That is
This is
official.
man.
That's good shit.
Yeah, speaking of which, before
I
we get the
wasn't
van,
fucking.
do you know where you get those little tubes that spray the water at the fairs when it gets too hot? They go in like little tents.
I'm just holding. This is awesome.
You said Hasbro made this?
Yes.
This is Hasbro? I think I'm gonna order one of these tonight.
I'm like a cheap nerd, so I wait till like they go on clearance and stuff. I think I got that for like
Cheap
40 some
nerd.
bucks.
Yeah, this is
I'm
badass.
just holding a friend.
Yeah.
Are we done with this?
I'd sleep with that.
Yeah. You guys can take them out.
I look too damn good.
Yeah, I just.
Bro, I look good in anything. Let's be real.
That might be true.
All right.
shit,
So
I gotta
I will
put
put
glasses
I'll take these back, and then you guys can plug your show one more time, and then anything else you want to mention before we get out of here.
Oh man, Billy, I'll let you go first.
So February 28th.
Yeah.
That is the whole entire Meet the Troupe show.
Let's go.
March 21st, it's going to be Paul Spratt headlining, Ryan Manzo featuring, me hosting, and Rob Random over there is going to be opening. We do have more plans to do more shows. We want to break into comedy, music, poetry. We want to branch out. So reach out to me on Facebook if you want to do anything with us. And I love every single one of you guys. We all love every single one of you guys. So
Yeah, that's good.
that's
All
anybody
right,
else?
my turn now.
Yeah.
If you could just point at me, Billy.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
So, the 28th is what we're going to want you to all know here. I'm not sure which camera to look at, but the 28th, Bar and Company. This is official. It could be the GoPro on the ceiling. The 28th, Bar and Company. Is it this month?
Bonk.
The 28th this month,
Literally next
Bar and
Friday.
Company. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Be there or be square. Seth?
Yeah, piggyback off of what they said. Piggyback's the word of this podcast, I guess.
I said backpack.
Follow me on social media. Seth Drake on TikTok. Seth Drake on Instagram. And Seth Drake Comedy on YouTube as well. I got a set from one of my open mics. If you guys want to just watch, maybe get a taste of my comedy, feel free to go there. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Oh, make sure you come to fucking Rob's show on the 21st as well.
PA
That's one
Comedy-
you need to go to.
PA Comedy Troupe on Instagram. We're gonna post more there. Go ahead.
IG?
Find me on YouTube at RobRandom112, no spaces. Make sure you put the @ Find me on Facebook at Rob Stand Up. They wouldn't let me put my last name as random. Come to all of the open mics that you can. Support the local talent. Also, this Thursday, coming up, Solstice, the Melting Pot Mic, hosted by Gus the Savage. Come out to that, see me headline, see a whole bunch of amazing talent. February 28th, you got the 4 of us, plus 2 more that couldn't be here tonight. Gene Metchalot, Sean Wheeler.
Yep.
It's a showcase. We're all, check us out individually, not in any specific order. March 21st, like Billy said, he's hosting. I'm opening for Ryan Manzo, headliner Paul Spratt. It's going to be an amazing show.
$10 at the door for that as well.
Yes, sir. And enjoy the rest of your night.
Back to you, San Diego.
It's going to rain. It's going to rain.
That's funny.
Summer says you can catch you guys around driving the Stranger Danger special.
That is fantastic.
Comes up.
Yeah,
So there you go there.
That's before I thought.
I love that.
That reminds me.
There is good candy in there.
Back in the day when I used to race BMX, my dad had a van
God.
that we would put all our bikes in and ride down, and I came up with our BMX team name. It was called the Pedal Files.
God.
I thought the name was super fucking fitting, and it came well. Ooh, shouldn't have said super fitting.
Came well.
Catch us February 28th.
28th.
The Bar and Company.
Yes.
2-8.
All right, so I'm just gonna sit here and.
Oh,
Yes, you're still here. All right. Well, the PA Comedy Troupe debuts with a stand-up show featuring 6 comedians at the Bar and Company in Olyphant on Friday, February 28th. Doors are at 7:30. Show is at 8. Admission is $10
Yes.
at the door. So please come out and support local comedy. I know I have, and we will catch you. We'll catch you here next Wednesday for another NEPA Scene Podcast with the highest bidder. Thank you so much, and do all the good algorithm things. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like, you share, you comment, all that good stuff, just so that we can reach more people and get this out to as many people as possible for the show next week. All right, so we'll see you next time, and have a good night, everybody.
Yes. Woo.
Good shit.
Thank you.
Good shit.